Hi, Floss Tube. It's me, Miss Stitches. This is my channel about cross stitch. My name is Sheila. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, in the southwest corner on the Bay of Fundy. This is my Floss Tube 2, and the date today is September 22nd, 2021. It's Wednesday. I'm going to try and put this up tomorrow. This is my second take, but I have learned one thing. And so each floss tube to try to improve. I've been doing a lot of research and I was trying to figure out how to splice videos, which I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm still not giving up. But I did learn finally, after a bit of research today, how to make it so my image isn't reversed. Also today, while I was watching FlossTube, I had a shout out. Yeah, it was so exciting. So because I had difficulty on my video I made yesterday, I had about 4 little sections and I was trying to put them all together and struggled. Oh, wow, this can take up a lot of time trying to figure things out. But as with computers, it's always just a learning process. And every time you try something, you learn a bit more. So I am seriously lacking stitching time, but I will get that back. So first, I would like to tell you a little bit. Hopefully you guys don't get too bored with my life updates. I'll try to make this quick. The last couple of weeks have felt like a month. I was in Canada. We had our federal election. We elected our prime minister, or re-elected our prime minister. So it was called a snap election, and it was put together pretty quick. And I got hired on as an election official. And so my job was the Dr. O, or DRO, or Designated Returning Officer. And so I worked the advance polls, which was September 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th, and they were long days. I filmed, that was right after I filmed last time. I filmed, I believe, on the 8th, and my husband was away at sailing lessons, and he was away for the first 2 days. And so with the animals, I had to get up early, walk the dog, feed the birds, feed myself. So the first morning I got up at 4 a.m. and I got home at about 10:45. And then the next days were a little bit more reasonable. The first day we had to be there extra early to do the setup, but each day was a 13-hour plus day, just working, and then there was travel on top of that. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope to do it again, and we might be doing it again because we have a minority government, and so they tend to be they call elections quicker. So it's nice to be part of the process. I really enjoyed that. And it's funny, when I was getting up so early in the morning, it didn't throw me back. It reminded me of when I was in my 20s and I worked at a cafe and had to open up for breakfast in the early morning rush. It was in Vancouver, BC, and it was called Cafe Madeleine. And their little trait was that they served madeleines. They're little like lemony cakes that are in a specific shape. It's sort of an oval flat shape. And it was a trendy cafe. People lined up in the morning. It was super hectic. They would wait for tables for their breakfast. And I was young. Don't think I lasted very long in that job. I hated getting up super early. Again, I was probably getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning. It was dark out. And I was jealous of everybody still asleep, and it was just hard to get going. I think now, as a more mature person, 30 some extra years later, I can appreciate at times more early mornings, the quietness, the calm. And I think I mentioned last time I used to do, or I'm still doing, 24-hour races where I go all the way through the night. And I do like now the nighttime when nobody else is awake, it feels like I'm stealing time. And so that's kind of neat. The other thing that happened last week was I had to go get a crown. I had lost a part of a tooth, and so I did that 2 days after my 4 days of the advanced polls. And so I still have to, I got the temporary in right now, but that was almost 2 hours in the chair. I'm not the best dentist patient. I'm probably not bad, but I am tense the whole time, and I come out feeling wiped. And my dentist is about an hour and a half away. So drove myself there, had the appointment, and then drove home. Luckily, it was on the uppers, and it's on the upper. And I didn't have like the freezing in your tongue. Like I actually like the freezing on the upper better. So it actually went out pretty easily. So just have to now wait for the crown to come in and then go in and get replaced. And that'll be nice because right now it feels funny, strange. And I'm super paranoid because my dentist made me paranoid. So I've been only eating out of one side of my mouth, and I'm getting tired of that. I'd like to eat without having to think about it, but that's to come. So I want to try to do semi shout outs. I want to mention floss tubers that I like, my favorite floss tubers, or ones that have had impact. First, I'd like to thank all the subscribers I've had. Thank you. Wow. I know I don't have very many, and it's kind of funny for me with 20 subscribers as of this morning to make shout out to other channels that have a lot more subscribers than me. But who knows? I know I've gone back to watch early videos of other people, and when they started, they may have had low numbers, and eventually they may have big numbers. So the one I'm speaking of right now is called Stitching at the Cabin. I heard about them, I believe. They were a shout out on another channel, and I went to watch them. It's a mother and daughter that live in California, Julie and Alyssa, and they are so much fun. So I'm working my way. I think I want to say they're in the high 70s right now for number of floss tubes, like 75 or 76. And I watched some of the ones current, but I'm trying to catch up on all the ones they started, I think, in the fall of 2019. One thing I've learned from them, when you watch old videos, it's kind of nice if they actually say the day and the year, because then you kind of like get in your head, oh, okay, it's then. And you can kind of, so that's really important for watching them in the future or at a later date. They do amazing stuff. They've done some work together. They're working on a huge Hygge, like it's supersized, max color, and big. And it's I think it's treasure shelf. And they're one's working on one corner and the other's working on the other corner, and they did a connection on the top. Now I call it being in my time machine, because sometimes I'll go back in time and see where they were a year and a half ago, and then sometimes I come back to the present, and so it's kind of fun. I get to see their work progress. They're so entertaining. I find they are just a really fun couple. Funny thing is, with their very first video, they had birds in the background, and I just heard my birds in the background. So hopefully that's not too annoying. They later on filmed in a different area, because the first video, it was pretty loud, the sound of the birds, but after that it never happens again, and they do make their birds have appearances with the birds. So we have that in common. Because I was watching their old videos, I was making comments, and they were shocked to see somebody watching the old ones, and then they kept saying, oh, you're still here, and that was kind of fun. And then eventually I changed my name when I started thinking about doing a floss tube. It was just sort of like a whim. I really had no intention of actually doing a floss tube. Changed my name, and they said, "Oh, you've changed your name." And I said, "Yeah, I was thinking about doing a floss tube." And she just put in as a reply, "Just do it." And she had about 20 exclamation marks. And so I did. That was the kick in my butt to make me go do it. So thank you, Julie, for that. And hopefully, I just wanted to shout you out. So all 20 of my subscribers, if they're, well, you're one of them. So 19 of my subscribers can go watch you. So let's see. And the other thing that happened was I got a shout out. I can't believe it. I just saw it. So that was the other reason for doing another video, because in between doing the video yesterday and today, last night I watched Hygge Stitcher, and she shouted me out. Man, she's a new floss tuber, and her subscriptions have skyrocketed. Some people, they just go from 0 to 100K an hour. Like she's up to, I think, I think 2.5 thousand subscribers. Like amazing. She's from Winnipeg. She does Nora Corbett's a lot, and they are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. She's also doing a couple of Hawk Run Hollow, Map of Hawk Run Hollow, and also Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And I'm so tempted. I'm trying to put myself a little bit on a spending freeze and not spend too much money. It's funny, when I watch the Stitching at the Cabin, often they just say, Alyssa, her daughter, will just say, if you want to, just do it. Just don't be limiting yourself. Life is short. Just do it. If you want to, just do it. Make yourself happy. And I think, I'm, not terribly old. My husband always keeps saying I'm 60. I'm not. I'm actually 57. I always get confused and forget. By the time I do reach 60, I think I'll be really prepared. He teases me and always says that. And I think by the time I actually reach that age, I'll be okay with it, because I've gotten used to it by now. But, maybe, we don't have any kids. Maybe I should just spend the money So I'm considering buying all kitted up Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I am just gonna hold on to it a little bit longer, but I probably will do it. I have to look again and see the price and see if I can justify that, because it's a bit expensive, but the more you spend, the more you get used to some of those prices. So we'll see if I join Hygge Stitcher on that one. I'd like to, because it's fun that she's the first one to shout me out, and I feel like we might be stitchy friends. That could be fun. So anyway, she's well worth a watch too. So now let's get on to stitching. We're at 13 minutes, so that's pretty okay, I think. So let's see. I'm gonna start off with a finish. I have a finish. So this is my finish. It is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Mathews, or Pumpkin Quakers. I always get it reversed. Oh, let's just look, because I have to open up. This is my little book of magic, and Quaker Pumpkins. Okay. So here it is, and my personalization, I started this on July 13th, and according to my notes, this is on Zweigart 16 count Ada Platinum. And my little personalization that I've done is that right there, and that is our bird, Chickenhawk. And so he is a green cheek conure, and so I just changed the colors and I rounded the beak a bit. I put in, you can see a little blue on his tail feathers and mostly red. And then I don't know if you can see, but the light's not that great. I should get better light, but right there is a little bit green on his cheek, green cheek conure. So that is, I think I'm thinking of making this into a pillow. Haven't fully decided yet. So it's still hanging up with my whips or my finishes. I got all my finishes hanging up right over there. Speaking of pillows, these are my previous finishes along here. So we have, it was a kit from Amazon. I was going to look it up and I forgot. They came with, it's 14 count white Aida. All the floss came in it, and it's supposed to be seasons, 4 seasons of the tree. So we have this. Oh, I'm going to start in the order that I did them. So I started first with fall because that's when I got this. I did this in the fall of 2019 maybe. So this was the fall one. And that's the backing that I did. I got some cheap fabric, some, what do they call, remnants? Remnants. And so it was super. I didn't want this to be an expensive hobby. So after fall came winter. And this one was fun because I was living in BC, and although it was winter, I was actually working on it in the spring. And we had bought this house in Nova Scotia, but I was still living in BC. And I think we drove across, oh, maybe I was working on it in the summertime. We drove across the country to this house and for just to see it, just a little mini vacation. And I was stitching the whole time on this one. So this one will always, it's fun to stitch memories into something. So that's what this will remind me of. And then the next one is spring. I still have summer to go. It's still in its kit downstairs. So I might start that maybe New Year's Day start or something. We'll see. Or maybe next summer. Spring. And so this one, and by the way, summer is the prettiest. And the funny thing is I was watching Stitching at the Cabin, and she went through some old stuff she had in a closet, and she pulled out the summer one exactly same as mine. She only had the summer. You could always buy this as 4 separate patterns or as a bundle, all 4 of them. So they're all in their own kits. This one, I remember when we first moved here, we didn't have a washing machine. And so we go over. So once again, I'm kind of a tip of a place called Long Island. And then there's a passage in between us called Grand Passage. And on the other side is Briar Island. It's sort of famous for whale watching. It's really a beautiful place. We would go over there. They had a laundromat over there. So we'd take all our bags of laundry. And so I remember sitting in the laundromat stitching this. So that's what I'll always think about this. And eventually that laundromat closed down. We went to one here. That one closed down. We went into Digby. And I did some hand washing, which didn't work out very great. It was hard to get the water out. Eventually finally bought a little portable washing machine. So life's better. So those are my previous finishes for now. I still have, I have just a few more to show you. I think just 1 or 2. Okay, so that finishes. So now we'll go on to whips. And I think I'm leaving this space open that I might insert pictures here. I think I can figure that out. If I don't, sorry, I'll work on it. I'm trying to improve, trying to learn one new thing each time so I get better. That's my goal. And this time I'm going to press pause and not stop, so I don't have to try and figure out how to splice videos together. That's a big improvement. So an important lesson that one was. So first I'll start off with, this is Harry Mary Harry. Oh, I just watched somebody else that said what I just did and laughed a bit at themselves, and I thought, oh, how could they do that? And now I just did. So Mary Harry by Modern Folk Embroidery. I got this as a kit from evertotes.com. It was a Mystery September sale. And so this is the first time I'm working on linen. By the way, I had everything ironed nicely yesterday for the video that I made. I wasn't going to iron everything again. So next time, I'll get better. Each time, a little bit better. So this is Mary Harry, and it's right now got 3 colors in it. So I color completed the first color, which was silver birch. That's right here. And now I'm working on, they have a row of Pacific going underneath silver birch. And then these are little acorns that are going to go all the way around on the inside and outside. So I'm kind of now winging it a bit. First time working on linen, I'm getting used to it. It is not as quick as Ada. I do love the feel of it. It's nice and soft, and I think it's just a learning process. You just kind of do it and just kind of get better as you go. So I do enjoy it. But because of my 100,000 stitches in 100 days. Oh, speaking of which, got a bit behind with the advanced poles. Couldn't do stitching for 4 days. So I had put a bit in the bank, and so coming out of that, I was about 2,500 stitches behind. I've now caught up a bit, and I'm at now only I think about 1,200 or 1,300 stitches behind. Got lots of time. We're at day 52, I believe, today. So my goal right now is just to slowly gain them back. So my goal each day is to do 1,100 stitches, and so that's where that's at. I'm gonna save this one. Next one is the one Betsy Kleger started, Stupid to Marcel. If you haven't watched her, you really should be. All 19 of you go there. I actually should say 18 because one of them is my husband. I don't think he's going to go to other floss tubes. This one is Elizabeth Aldesee. And it is on a small piece of 20 count antique white Ada, Zweigart. And I kind of changed up the colors. I did a mistake on this in starting not at the center. So I still have some more rows to go. So I'm going to be coming up here, and you can see how much the bottom is done. So I'm going to add some extra rows at the bottom. I was thinking about this last night. I think I got some antique rows that I think would look really pretty with these colors. So I'm going to just do some extra stuff. I might even make some flowers if I can figure that out and add that in. So I'm going to just try and play with this, but that's where I'm at with it. I'm getting pretty close to done. And it's fun. So I've been putting 100 stitches in on this each day. It's a small stitch. I think it's only about 3,000 stitches. So like I said, I got probably halfway and then thought, I don't have to rush this so much. Next is my big piece, Overcove Id. I think I'm at 77,000 stitches right now of 120,000, or I'm at 77%. I'm at 77%. I'm not sure what stitches I'm at, but yeah, whatever. So this is Overcove Id. Wish you could see through the fabric. This is on oatmeal 18 count Ada. You can tell I like doing Ada. And I had to pick out I've picked out about 20 rows now over here so I could get to the corner. So last time I was over here somewhere, and now I was able to go to the corner. I still have to pick out the rest, and I just work at that slowly. It takes time. I also did a bit more around the boat and the Legion here, and I just want to show you something really cool and see if you can guess what it is. So, it's pretty obvious, I think. It is right there, that little splash of reds. That is the Canadian flag flapping in the wind. There you go. I'll just show it. Let me get the one of my park threads. Sorry, I'm a parker. Out of the way. There it is. How cool is that? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. So I think I'm going to have, there's a road that comes up here. There's a big tree that's going to happen around here. So, and I was trying to get extra stitches or trying to add up, kind of catching up. So I worked on the sky, but I think today I'll probably bop down back to the confetti area, all the gravel and tree, etc. So that's over COVID. Okay. And next, I'm going to just put those there, is while I was watching Stitching at the Cabin, Alyssa hauled out her pandemic, which is gorgeous. She picked a really nice fabric color. So I think it's kind of a purpley wine burgundy type color with golds on top. I believe that's what the color. It was pretty stunning. She's actually got 3 colors in it, and but they're all very close. I started off with 3 colors. So when I finished off Quaker Pumpkins by Hello by Liz Mathews, I decided to pick up my Pandemic. And so Pandemic is by Long Dog Samplers, and I got on the bandwagon. It was offered free for a short while when the pandemic first started, and then now you can buy it on Long Dog Samplers, and Long Dog Samplers got lots of great patterns, and I kind of have a big wish list of theirs, and the more I'm cross stitching, the more I see I want to do everything. I find I love this designer, this designer, this designer, this, and it's never ending. So, but I would like to finish some things too. You don't want to have tons of, well, you can't have tons of whips on the go, but it's fun to finish. Don't know how, like I'm only at about 20% on this one, but this is my Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. I had a major error in here. It was to do with the way Pattern Keeper was on my phone. It may be with the way I transferred it. There were some issues. I'd had a phone die. I had to transfer everything. I'm not sure what happened. And things weren't lining up. So I still have a kind of a funny little, I pulled it out, tried to get it lined up as best as I can. And now I've been working, I knew this was right. So I've been working my way back over to make sure it's lining up. There is like an extra row, you can barely see it, but there's 3 extra rows right here. And then the error is somewhere in here that got me all off count. So it's coming along. The other thing with this is when I was semi-new in 2020, and I had a bunch of anchor threads that I had gotten at a mercantile in a small town called Weymouth. And they were getting rid of their, like it was very strange for them to have anchor threads, but they were getting rid of them. I didn't even know what anchor threads were. I thought it was some old crap stuff or whatever. They had mostly like not very pretty colors. Well, they were the brown. There's blue on my outside edge. You can just barely see the outside edge is blue, and green, this dark green. And so I had bought them and I thought, well, why not use my stash? That seems smart. The only thing was I never looked at how many skeins this whole thing was going to take. So meanwhile, most of it's green and I'm running out of the green. So now I'm going into my DMC stash and trying to match up greens. And so this is going to be sort of my stash buster. So I'm just kind of winging it. So I've added more colors in. I got pink in and a light green in now. And I've changed my dark green several times. So I'm just having fun with it. And I think that's what cross stitch is about, is having fun. So it may not be perfect in the end, but who is? Okay, so that was my whips. Now I'm going to talk a tiny bit. I'm at 30 minutes, so I'm going to be a little conscious about that because I don't want to go too long. But I don't have any haul per se. But the one thing that's super exciting is I had been on the waiting list for Black Needle Society and I got in. It's going to be expensive. I probably won't continue beyond just doing 1 year, but we'll see. I haven't gotten my first box yet. And the way the mail works here, it is incredibly slow, especially from the States. Sometimes they get hung up for a long time. I think they're probably hung up in customs, but so I've been waiting on something from Michelle Bendy in one of her de-stash auctions, and I've been waiting now for, I think about a couple months or a month and a half. So I think I'll probably be the last one always to get my Black Needle Society box. My first subscription, I think, is coming in November, and I don't know when that means I'll get it. But I'll show you guys. You'll probably have already seen all the unboxing, but I'll just show you anyways, or whatever. We'll see. So I thought I would show you some old stash I got. So first, crinkle, 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 sorry. Is some fabric that I got from Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She has a floss tube, and she just opened up her own website, pumpkincreekprimitives.com, and she has some great stuff. It's a well-organized website. I was really pleased to see it. She's got tons of patterns, floss, and fabric. So I thought I might just make my own Fabric a Month club and maybe do a random common generator and pick a fabric each month and send it to myself. I thought that might be kind of fun. But these were the ones I got from her Etsy shop, which eventually she's going to close down. She's switching all over to her website. But I do love her stuff. And she was quick in sending it. She's got a pumpkin awards program and just, yeah. So this is one I got. It's XG Designs. This is jack-o'-lantern, so it's very Halloween appropriate. It's a bit more orange than it's showing. Let's see if I can. No, that's not working. That's harder than you think. That's pretty close. That's close enough. It's a little bit darker than that. And this other one, I got the little fancy thing off, so I'll show you it full. This one is Grandpa Sleeves. It's a 16 count Ada, and also XG Designs. So that's pretty gorgeous. Yeah, I like that. So haven't figured out, and these were what I'd gotten 3 pieces, and I'd done my Halloween Quaker on one of these, which was in the last video, my previous finish, so won't show that again. So, and then the other thing I got was I didn't have any Blackbird Designs, and so I got inspired to buy some of those, and so I got 4. This is the first one I'm going to show you. It's called Dear Daughter of Mine, and I plan on changing it to Dearest Mother of Mine. I don't have any kids, and so I thought that would be a nice present for my mother. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as I finish the 100,000 stitches in 100 days, because it'd be hard to count these, so I'm not going to do that. This one I'll probably do next year for Christmas for somebody, and it's called Christmas Rose. And then this one, I saw Situation Normal recently finish this, and it's gorgeous, and I just so want to do it. And I know other people are doing this right now. She did a hashtag, I can't remember what it was, strawberry picking, I think. And she might do that again next year. So if she does it again next year, I think I'll start this then. And this is Strawberry Fields Forever. Beautiful. I can't wait to start that one. And then this last one, I'm not sure when I'll start this. It's Yellow Submarine. So the Blackbird Designs has a series of, I think it's 5 or 6. Eleanor Rigby, Strawberry Fields Forever, Yellow Submarine. Oh, I can't remember any others. Oh, that's really informative. Wow. Gosh. They're Beatles songs, obviously. And I can't remember any others. Oh my gosh. Trixie Tricycle was doing, I think, in one of the, in March or something. Each weekend she was doing a start of one of them. And that's, sorry. Yeah, the brain, you know, over 50, brain's just gone. Can't remember a thing. Oh, well. I'm sure everybody knows, so I'll leave that be. So I'm at 34 minutes, and I want to do a little add-on where I'm going to pause and just show you some of where I live. Oops, that didn't work very good. So I got to save a little bit of time for that. Whoops, I'm going to do a giveaway. Oh my gosh, I'm a goof. I'm going to do a giveaway. So I hope this is kosher. I'm not asking anybody's permission. I got this with a Stitchy Toolbox bag that I got last year at Christmas time. And there was 2 free patterns, and I plan on doing a giveaway each month if I can. So this one is one of the small freebie patterns that was given to me. So it's not my style. It is Christmas treats. Its size is 100 by 60, and it's just a cute little words, hot chocolate, what's it say? Hot cocoa, candy canes, and treats, and a little gingerbread man there. So if you would like to win this, you have to be over 18 because I got to get your address to send it off. It'd be nice if you're a subscriber. You don't have to like my video. That's okay. It'd be nice if you did, but you don't have to. Put in the comments, make a comment below, and put in the comments somewhere either CH or hawk or Chickenhawk. That was the bird that I finished at the green cheek conure that was in the Quaker pumpkins. And because the start of this says hot cocoa, and if you reverse hot cocoa, you'd have CH. And the big thing I figured out on this video was to get the camera not reversed. Or at least I hope it's not reversed. We'll see when I play back. Fingers crossed. So CH, Chickenhawk, or hot cocoa. Maybe try to add that in here. Don't use the word giveaway. All the standard stuff, I think. I hope that's all. So now I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to take you outside and just show you a little bit of life here on our islands. On my way heading down, here's Chickenhawk. Hello, Chickenhawk. You come here. Come to my shoulder. Come on. Come on, little guy. Come on. This is Floss Tube. This is Floss Tube. Let's get the light better so that they can see you. There you go. Yes. What's your name? Chickenhawk. Hello, Chickenhawk. Hello, Chickenhawk. Can you show your pretty feathers? I know. Okay, I'm going to go outside, so you have to go back on the cage, okay? Can you go back on the cage? Okay, thank you. There you go. Go on back on the cage. Thank you. Great timing. The ferry's just coming in. So that there is Briar Island. And there is the ferry coming in the background. I just got to see if I can see. Yeah, there's the ferry right there coming in. And that's Briar Island. I'll point to the ferry because then it should work. So the ferry goes back and forth. You can hear it. Oh, the wind's probably going to be drowning out. I think you can hear it. And, I was going to tell you about, I'll just go over here. I'm going to go somewhere where it's a little scenic, over to my greenhouse over here. I think this is on Auntie Jiggle. Hopefully it's on Auntie Jiggle. Otherwise, I might be editing a bit. There's the ferry there, still coming in. Just go a little bit further. And then you just have to look at me. I'm going over to my greenhouse here. This is my greenhouse my husband made for me. There we go. I'm in the shade now, so I think that's a bit better. So my husband and I used to sit somewhere over there, well, actually more over there, you can't really see, but we would watch this passage and look for marine mammals. We did that last year. We did it, I can't remember how many total hours we did it, but we just sat, oh, that bird looks like a real bird. That's our wind chime. We just sat for probably about 2 or 3 hours with binoculars and watched for whales, seals, porpoises, dolphins, anything we would see. Supposedly there's sharks out there. We haven't seen a shark yet. We did see a humpback. We saw minke whales. We saw harbor porpoises. We saw white-sided dolphins, gray seals, harbor seals, Lots of birds here. You can hear them right now. The ferry's still coming in. You can just barely see the top of it right there. Like I said, the ferry goes back and forth. In summertime, it just kind of goes back and forth always. It's about a 7-minute ride, something like that. And there's a mourning dove landing right now. There's a couple mourning doves. You can't see that, but if I turn a little bit, you might. Oh, there they go. And that's a little bit of my world. So I'll let you go now because we're at 40 minutes. So thanks very much for watching. Have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you in 2 weeks. And it might be October then. Wow, the year's flying by. Happy stitching. Have a great time and be good to everyone. Thank you.